This is Game Spotlight, and Ancalagon is starting off by saying we did, because we are playing a game on Void Launch with Ancalagon and wzysb, and we have 3 mutators active. We have Heroes from the Storm, old, we have Heroes from the Storm, and we have the usual suspects. So these mutators might be a little bit... The mutators might be a little bit weird for you guys who do not play on the arcade, but Maguro has in the set of arcade maps, and one of the most commonly requested functions for Maguro on his maps was to add the old mechanics from Heroes of the Storm, or Heroes from the Storm. And what the difference between the new and the old one is, it's a little bit detailed, but generally the old Heroes from the Storm mutator would spawn the heroes every single attack wave, regardless of how many attack waves there are in a certain period of time. The new Heroes from the Storm mutator is limited by a hero pool. There's more details about how that works on Starcraft2co-op.com. And then we also have Maguro's usual suspects mutator, which is basically the same as Heroes from the Storm, but he has increased the different kinds of heroes that are available in the game that you can face. So you can get the Alexander, and you can get Hyperions and Alarax and all sorts of other fun heroes to play up against. So it is a very fun mutator. This map is obviously just an arcade map, so do bear that in mind. It is not officially Blizzard supported, and the replay files are also not supported on Starcraft2co-op.com's replay analyzer, because there's a lot of magic that Maguro had to do behind the scenes to get this mod to work. But if you are interested in playing up against mutator combinations, this is available for you to play on the arcade. All the maps are available against all the enemy races. Hashtag praise Maguro. So let us have a look at the masteries that are being used. We have the Black Hole Duration, the Shadow Guard Time, and the Spear of Adun Energy Mastery. Pretty much the optimized picks here for Warzone. Stetman has gone for the Gary cooldown, the Stet Zone bonus, and the Morph and Evolution Rate Mastery. You can see we already have 2 Raynors and a Tychus. So these 2 Raynors have spawned from the Heroes from the Storm mutator, and the Tychus has spawned from the usual suspects. I'm assuming that is how that has happened, and you can see these guys are detected. So instantly one of those Shadow Guards ended up going down, and now the rest of these Shadow Guards will be regrouping. We have a Black Hole onto this small attack wave. 1000 HP! Yes, these things have a lot of HP, and this is the first attack wave that has been dealt with. Warzone has already cleared her expansion out. We have Gary as well not actually in Stetman form yet, but let us have a look at the prestige selections while we can see the rest of this assault occurring. So Stetman has gone for the best buddy prestige talent, which increases Gary's health and damage by 100%, at the cost of not being able to really move very much outside his stat zones. Warzone has gone for the Keeper of Shadows, which is time stop becomes targeted. All the Shadow Guards that have died are resurrected at the target location, but the Shadow Guard duration is reduced by 40%, and this is somewhat counteracted by the Shadow Guard duration mastery that Warzone has. So this will be an interesting choice, like seeing how the time stop combined with Warzone's use of her Shadow Guard, it might actually help her utilize that. You can see now already we have 2 Dahakas and a Tychus, and these commanders will have to be very careful. Super Gary is just using his E-Gorgs over here, and now we have a time stop with the Shadow Guard that had died off. And we also have a Glevig and a Tychus. We have Glevig, Tychus, 2 Tychuses and a Dahaka, and these commanders will have to try and take these guys out. Down goes Glevig and Dahaka as well. All that is left is Tychus, so overall very well handled from these commanders. They have so far had no issues handling the Heroes from the Storm. And this is, remember, these are triple heroes spawning, and it's just going to get more and more nasty as time goes on. We have some Mecha Zerglings here that are going to go, and they have cleared the expansion, and now these guys are just going to be starting to push through. And one of the more important things is getting the Shadow Guard. I think the goal is to try and make sure these Shadow Guard end up dying from the enemy units here, so that you can actually get them back with time stop. I'm not really sure how the strategy works. I have not played around very much with this prestige. Prestige sounds are still very new to me, so my casting might also not be as ideal as I'd want it to be, but we'll see what goes on here. So we have now the next spawn that has happened. So over here the shuttle wave has spawned, and in the new Heroes from the Storm mutator, that will not cause... Does it cause it? I cannot remember if that would normally cause the heroes to spawn. But on the old heroes from the Storm Mutator, that forced those shuttle waves to also have the heroes spawning, and that is what made Memorable Boss so difficult. Is the heroes from the old heroes from the Storm Mutator would just spawn on attack waves, on the bonus harass waves, and on the shuttle waves, and you'd eventually get overwhelmed and die very, very quickly. But we'll see how the attack waves start to form here. So there's another wave here, and there will be a bunch of heroes. And we have Sirius from the usual suspect. We have Zagara, Karax, and Nova. And these commanders, again, will have to be very careful with how they engage Nova. And now we have Warzone with her oracles, Mass Disco Inferno with a bunch of stasis wards. We already have a stasis calibration upgrade for these oracles, so they are going to end up stun locking this while Setman goes and deals with the shuttle. So Nova's gonna get focus fired down. There is also Nux over here, so there are a few more Oracle stasis wards, and you can just see how much HP these heroes have. So Sirius has 2,500 HP, and I can actually click Nux because he's hiding in the middle. Oh, I clicked him but I missed him. There we go, 2,000 HP on Nux. And last but not least is Sirius. Sirius will also end up going down, and now this is where you can see the strength of Warzone's army. Her ability to disable units is so good, and she is very, very effective at dealing with heroes from the storm just because she has the ability to stun lock with her black hole, with time stops, and with the oracles and their stasis calibration upgrade for their stasis wards. The next attack wave the next shuttle wave has spawned, and the bonus wave here. So this is going to be a very difficult wave to deal with. You're going to have the bonus harass wave, which will be spawning here, and that'll be accompanied by the regular heroes or the old heroes from the storm. And then we're going to have an attack wave, which will be accompanied by the usual suspects and both heroes from the Storm Mutator. And we'll also have the shuttle wave, which is going to be accompanied by the old heroes from the Storm Mutator. So there's going to be a lot of heroes coming up in this wave. And there are no stasis wards over here, so we have the initial warp in here. Zagara, Dehaka, Nova, Kerrigan, Phoenix, and I believe there is also a Zeratul somewhere here. And Gary just gets blasted to oblivion right there by these heroes. Just look at all these heroes here, just waiting. And now we have a bunch of Mecha Zerglings that are going to be pushing in. One of the things that makes the Mecha Zerglings really useful when it comes to dealing with the heroes is their hardened Degonergy shield. These heroes do so much damage, and just having these Zerglings being able to soak up the damage and just reducing the amount of damage they take to 10 is very, very useful. We have also Karax on the backline, putting some more eye-def static defense on the backline. And we have Phoenix now, who is in his Cyber's Arbiter suit, that has casted a stasis on top of these Mecha Zerglings, and now Nova has dropped. There are 2 nukes down here from Nova, and you can just see these Zerglings just do not care about those nukes. Over here we have a bunch of Corruptors that are going to try and deal with these shuttles, but I don't know whether these shuttles are going to be taken out before they end up warping away. We have Super Gary here trying to save them. One of those shuttles ends up going down, and I think maybe a couple of those shuttles may have actually escaped the grip of our ally command. Yeah, we're picking up outbound warp signatures, so I think the 1 or 2 shuttles may have escaped, which is somewhat problematic, but here there is still a slugfest right in the middle of the map, and a few more heroes have also spawned on here, Dehaka and Karax and Zeratul, and we have also Nikara. Nikara will actually end up healing all these heroes out. And Karax is chilling over here, putting down some more static defense, putting down Skydar and Monolith. Over here, Nova is engaging the Mecha Zerglings with Super Gary's assistance, and I think the Raynor and Artanis are going to be okay, but Artanis is going to end up respawning because he's one of the more annoying heroes to deal with. Over here, there is nothing here, and one of the funny things is that these heroes are actually aggroed Stetman's Steadlights, which is kind of nice. Super Gary in rapid fire mode and he finally ends up killing off Nova, and Artanis over here is just causing so much havoc. He's such a tanky hero, very difficult to deal with, and you have to kill him very, very quickly as well. Warzone's Oracles finally go full Disco Inferno on top of Artanis, and Artanis ends up dying. But now, there's another attack wave here. Karax, Zeratul, Dehaka, and Nikara, and now there's a black hole right in the middle, with a Phoenix on the other side of the Cyber's Arbiter suit. So some of these heroes will end up dying off to the army. These Zerglings cannot get a very efficient wraparound here There are 2 Zeraduls in this attack wave, and now the next shuttle spawn has started, and Karax is over here just healing up everything. And actually, the fact that he's far away from the rest of these heroes makes it a little bit better. You have a little bit less, you're not fighting in line of static defense and whatnot. But yeah, so far 17 Oracles have died, and 9 Mecha Corruptors and 1 Super Guerrier. Holy shit, we're alive! Yes! They are still alive right now, but this is not the end of the game. There are going to be more heroes that will be accompanying this attack wave, or this shuttle wave. I can't actually see where the heroes are. They might actually end up coming out from this side if they end up getting body blocked. The other thing that can sometimes happen is they end up getting body blocked by their own structures here. But now there's an attack wave. We have Murvar, Dakron, and we have Artanis, 2 Kerrigans, and a Draenor, and maybe some other stuff that I might have missed. There's a black hole right in the middle here. Let's end up catching out all these things. Oracles are going to go again in full Disco Inferno mode. They will be dropping some Stasis Swords here, but there is a Karax, Skydar, and Molotov on the back line here. Doing a little bit of damage, but very nice Stasis Sword gets dropped right underneath these heroes and ends up stun-locking all of these things. Now they go in full Disco Inferno mode. Corruptors have cleaned up the shuttles, and now these guys will be moving towards the heroes to try and help out at least a little bit, as Stetman's Zerglings and Vorzun's Oracles try and just take these units out. Kerrigan very deadly as well. If she gets her Basilisk ability, or she gets her Basilisk ability out, you are pretty much going to lose a lot of these units here, and Dakron also causing a few problems. Stun locked by the Oracle Stasis Wards, Artanis uses his Rebirth ability, or whatever it's called, to end up respawning, but that, just take a look at how much HP this guy has. It's just insane. Finally, Dakron and Artanis are cleared, but these commanders are not out of the woods yet, because now we have a double shuttle wave that is spawning. There are a good number of Corruptors right now. Stetman is sitting at level 2 melee upgrades. He does have his Adrenal Glands upgrade for his Zerglings, so that's going to help him a lot with some of the shuttles, as well as dealing with some of the heroes. The other thing also you can see is that Warzone is going for the air attack upgrades, and these air attack upgrades does affect the Oracle damage output. I don't think these commanders are interested in dealing with this bonus shuttle wave, because this bonus, because there's going to be a very nasty set of heroes that are coming out. There are 2 Dahakas right now. There's a Nova. Nova has already spotted, drops a nuke and an Apocalypse as well, right down from Kerrigan. But these commanders are pretty much, now there's a time stop that gets dropped, and these heroes are pretty much going to be goners. Over here, these shuttles are still by themselves, but these commanders are going to be focusing right down onto these heroes, taking out Nova, taking out Dahaka, taking out Kerrigan as well. Artanis will end up respawning. It's not really too much of an issue, because Artanis is, while he is a really tanky hero, he's not really too, he's just annoying to deal with. There's another Apocalypse over here. We have Cannonball, Tychus, Zagara, and these heroes are going to be joining in from Amon's side, and they will be joining into the fray. And these commanders actually have to try and take these shuttles out as quickly as possible. Otherwise, there's a chance that these commanders might lose this mission. Nova is casting a nuke over here. Does not really hit anything here for these commanders, but now there's a Roach drop on Zagara. And now these Oracles are pretty much ready to go and attack the heroes, at least a little bit. There's a little bit of a Disco Inferno here onto the hybrid Behemoth. Getting the names right so difficult. There's Nova and Zeratul are still sitting in the middle here, and Nova will be getting ready to use her nuke in just a little bit if these commanders are not careful. They have to focus fire her down. Nova goes down. All that is left now is Zeratul and one more hybrid Behemoth, and now Stetman's army joins in as well. Gets a surround on Kerrigan with a little bit more help from the Zerglings of Stetman, and that is Kerrigan pretty much gone. And these are all the heroes cleared, but now we have the triple shuttle wave. And if you have played Void Launch even a little bit, you will know that this triple shuttle wave is accompanied by an attack wave. You can see just a huge number of stasis wards coming down here from Warzone. Warzone knows that this wave is going to be ridiculously nasty. All 3 shuttle waves are going to be accompanied by heroes, and there's going to be also a massive attack wave here. So there's going to be another spawn of heroes from this little choke point here. So these shuttle waves are almost coming up right now, and these commanders have already started to clear out. But unfortunately, there is an Artanis and a Karax here, and there is a mothership from the usual suspects. Dahaka, Artanis, Karax over here. There's a Kerrigan and a Raynor on this side. And we have Dahaka, and now we have an attack wave that is coming up. So we have Nova, Raynor, Zagara, Blaze, from the usual suspects, obviously, and there's just so much stuff here. Apocalypse, nukes, everything coming down here. There's a mothership here as well from the usual suspect. Those shuttles are actually skipping away some of the corruptors. There's an Alexander that has actually mind controlled some of those corruptors, so that is causing so many problems here for Stetman. Over here we have a bunch of cannons right now from Warzone. Warzone's cannons will end up clearing out these shuttles, but that mothership is causing a few problems for Super Gary. Over here, just Warzone is just face tanking a huge number of these heroes. There are so many heroes over here. It is just absolutely nuts. The mothership here is causing a little bit of a havoc from Warzone's static defenses. The mothership will end up going down. Over here, Warzone with under the green healing zone for Stintman is actually able to keep her oracles alive, but Warzone will need the purple zone to keep her oracles at full energy so that she might be able to actually deal damage to these heroes, because these heroes are really tanky. There are 2 more Kerrigans left, Blaze, Artanis, lots of very tanky heroes here for Amon, and it's going to be a while. There's an Apocalypse that ends up coming down right on top of this area here, but I think that didn't really hit very much. Warzone has already lost 47 oracles as she engages, because remember that these heroes actually deal a lot of damage. They have simple abilities, like Nova can snipe. So Nova snipes also, like, she will end up sniping pretty much anything that she sees. So it is going to be somewhat problematic. We now have a time stop that gets dropped. They need to stall these heroes just a little bit while they're able to clear out the semblance of this last attack wave. And again, Super Gary as well working away here. We have another bunch of links that join into the fray, and they will finally be able, I think, to clear out Artanis and Kerrigan at some point. And as these Zerglings die, they will buff Super Gary out, so he'll be able to help. But now there is another attack wave, and Amon likes Super Gary, so he decides he wants to get his own Super Gary from usual suspects. And now we have that. That is the bonus. That is the wave that is gone. That is to just deal with the bonus objective. So these commanders are still duking it out in the middle of the map here against the previous attack wave. And now Zagar drops a Roach drop right here with Tychus, Kerrigan, and there are a bunch of Artanis as well. There's a Zeratul that's invisible somewhere, because you can see the buff that he's providing. There's a black hole that gets dropped right at the bottom of the ramp by Warzone. That black hole will actually catch out the attack wave very nicely. But again, Warzone is running out of damage output, so she's using the Oracle Stasis Wards to just stall these heroes. But now Amon's heroes are going to be moving towards the rest of this. And they'll be actually accompanying the shuttle, which is okay. It's keeping these units away from these heroes, but again, that shuttle wave needs to be dealt with, because again, a few shuttles did escape during the start of the game, and Artanis here will end up dying, and there are another bunch of heroes here as well. This shuttle seems like it might actually escape, and these heroes will be moving towards the expansion of Warzone. So yeah, that one shuttle will end up escaping, which is somewhat problematic, but again, the heroes in the middle of the map are still there's still a Kerrigan over here, and over here we have a bunch of Warzone Stasis Wards that will end up cleaning up this Kerrigan here. But that is the end of Warzone's expansions. Warzone has completely lost their expansion right now. There is a black hole that gets used. The Haka, Tychus, Zagara, Karax, and Kerrigan are here, but these Corruptors are unable to do anything here. Stetman has used his Zergling. He has called his Zerglings in to try and just soak up some of the damage from these heroes, and now there's a Stasis Ward that also gets dropped. Warzone is now in position, full Disco Inferno mode onto our Oracles. Our Oracles are able to clear out the rest of these heroes very quickly. You just see the damage output here from these Oracles. So that is the end of the bonus wave. This was the bonus harass wave, and now we have another bunch of units that are spawning, and now this is the final shuttle wave, so we're going to see how that is going to be dealt with. There are a huge number of stasis wards that get dropped, and you can just see just so many heroes coming up. There's a black hole that gets used, and over here we have again Raynor and a bunch of other heroes. And man, this game is getting a little bit laggy as well to spectate. Just look at all these heroes that are just trapped into that black hole here. So I think Warzone is probably going to try and just stun lock these things with black holes while they go and just focus down these shuttles. So there are 3 shuttles over here. Corruptor's already in position, and they will end up cleaning out this shuttle wave over here. Yeah, Warzone's just stun locking me there. She's like, you know what, I can't deal with any of you guys, so I'm just going to keep stun locking you until there's an Odin here from Amon as well. There are a few more shuttle waves here. Kerrigan is already ready. There's a nuke that gets dropped. Again, see these Zerglings just ending up surviving. And there's another shuttle wave over here as well. That shuttle will end up getting cleared out as well. And over here, that shuttle also ends up getting killed off. Just instantly sniped, and not a moment too soon because Warzone is running out of energy. But those are all the shuttles done. And that is GG.